Yo, Big Kish back up in here, man. Let's watch another one of these episodes of Drake's DMs getting leaked. Shout out to Fantastic Hip Hop. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. Y'all know I don't like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
Now for Drake and all of those other clowns that he rolls with, after making their entire losing strategy after the Kendrick beef centered around these principles that the truth is going to come to light and that when it does, they will be looked at in a way where we are all going to be the ones who realize we were wrong. Well, now when it comes to what's actually happening, we just got to see and find out what some of the truth going on behind the scenes for Drake really looks like. And what we can say after seeing DMs that Drake...
Fantastic Hip Hop voice sound a little different. You got a cold or something, man? Hope you get well.
Had going on with people who were on his side in this entire thing is that over everything else, a lot more may be true about what Kendrick Lamar said about Drake than any of us could have ever imagined. And really, with just how strange and off-putting how bad some of these conversations Drake was having that we have now all seen, it really may be over, and this may ruin more for Drake than we have ever seen. And now, before we go any further into all of this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And so now, with that said, when it comes to Drake, well, with every single thing that could have possibly happened to him in this time, this new leak is really one of the worst things that could have came out possible in this moment. Because now we are seeing firsthand how Drake has built an entire team and image for himself that is based on lies.
Y'all think y'all could get me to 1,000 likes? Just asking. I just want to see if y'all could get me there too. It would be nice. Thank you.
Lies and manipulation, and beyond just this, with the way he is communicating with people who have had his best interests and who will not turn or use anything he says against him. He has really shown that he is weirder when we are not looking than any of us could have ever imagined, and that when it comes to Kendrick Lamar and a record in Not Like Us, Kendrick really may have been fully right and on point about even things that people thought he was stretching or taking liberties with on that track, because with this, Drake has never looked worse, as with messages between him and the main guy on DJ Academics' team who goes by a name that I can't even say, because it is just so offensive and weird, which really just puts into perspective the type of people that Drake rolls with when you know what I'm talking about. First,
bird of a feather flock together, man. This is why they always taking up for each other. This is why they in everybody comment section. Their lord, their father, their OG, their boss is being taken down. So they feel like they got to be the pawns that they are to fight for his liberty.
And with the conversations that Drake has been having with the main guy who runs Axe pages and controls the narratives that his face represents. Over everything else, Drake has been communicating with the head of Axe team quite a lot, and the two have shared messages that directly tried to take down Kendrick Lamar and spread the worst narratives about him possible. And funny enough, even just show Drake admitting that he straight up lied about some.
Still no idea what that is. Yeah, he been fronting. I don't know.
Some of the biggest points in his back and forth with Kendrick, like all of his premise on the Hard Part 6 where he said that he set Kendrick up, which while we already all knew that, seeing Drake say he had no idea what any of those pieces that he said he sent to Kendrick and Meet the Grams meant, it is just all the funnier to see Drake straight up lying about what happened in this beef. And for all the people who were trying to act like Drake had something to say here and still believe he won this rap back and forth, seeing a clear admission that the entire premise of the Hard Part 6 was filled with lies and coping from Drake to try and save his own image and reputation is just as funny as it is telling that he lost this thing in record fashion. And from failures like these, to other claims that Drake has been trying to make, which are saying that Kendrick has fixed everything and used big names and personalities in rap to favor him. Overall, with every single thing that Drake is doing in these messages, we are seeing that he...
The irony... it gets exposed on his birthday. Karma is a baddie.
Is the biggest hypocrite and liar there could ever be, and that there is actual proof that Drake is doing the same thing that he is saying that Kendrick is doing, which is so terrible. And what's really funny is that while Drake fans think he is this creative genius who is always ahead of everybody else, we see here from how he is trying to diminish and take down Kendrick's success that he is just getting his narratives from the conversation online and then hoping that he's the one who gets praised for it. And between this and Drake just doing things that are not allowed whatsoever with this guy by going behind the scenes and with certain platforms making sure that certain people cannot say bad things about him by making some awful agreements. Overall, with the extent that we are seeing Drake doing some of these things too, it is just showing that he is playing by a different set of rules than everyone else is, and once again, showing that he is the one who is actually doing things that are not just wrong, but that he is trying to say that Kendrick used to win. And overall, as all of this is showing how fragile Drake is, and really just how desperate he is with his entire suit and what he is trying to take down Not Like Us about, beyond just what we have seen here, even worse than anything beef related in terms of what this can all mean for Drake. Beyond just conversations about the beef and messages that show Drake just crashing out more, as these games he was playing stopped working and everyone just realized how much of a terrible place his career has been at, there was one interaction between Drake and the head of Axe team that didn't just reveal to us more about who Drake is behind the scenes than we have ever been able to see. But really, with what went down, this is going to come back to make Drake look worse than he ever has due to the nature of what he is trying to claim is going on with Not Like Us, as with a message exchange between Drake and this guy, in a rare time where the two were not gossiping or planning on how to win a beef by doing everything but focusing on the music. Back a few years ago, there was a conversation set where some weird stuff was all put out that we can see, and now while with this, there is a lot of confusion and debate about what Drake is actually referring to, and guys like the one Drake is talking to here are saying that this is from an interview.
I believe this is just a guy Drake don't get in depth conversations with. But like what he leaked was, it's like, from what I see, maybe it's some leaked DMs that I ain't see yet.
Interview Drake did, and this is showing how good of a person he is, although this makes no sense and there is nothing to be found from Drake around this time. And to really put it into perspective, these messages were from the night when Her Loss came out, and as these messages were from right when the record dropped, it really would make sense that Drake was out and talking about some sort of a party or event that he was at to celebrate the release of the record. Before we get too deep into any of that, no matter what actually happened and what all that may mean, what we can definitely tell is clear, and it is already showing us everything that we need to know in a way, is that in this message where it looks like Drake was describing a night out or some sort of an experience that he had, with there being a message about how there were two people and based on the numbers he used, they should have just never been around each other or in this situation they are in, and no matter how you try to flip this, and even with Drake saying my man and people questioning whether this is talking about the girl's man or Drake's friend, with Drake responding to something and with a situation that is so off-putting in pretty much every way by saying LOL, in a time where Drake himself decided to make everything because of Not Like Us about character and what type of presence and image he had before this. The way this exchange is written is already doing everything that it needed to just expose Drake on some level, and especially with the cover-ups we are seeing from pages he talks to that are clearly trying to change the narrative because over everything else.
Yeah, it's exposing Drake on some level, but it's not putting him out there the way he needs to be put out there. Yeah, I need to see some real exposure.
Drake has never looked worse because in this message, the way Drake casually talks about this and ends something that is very off-putting to most people by saying LOL. In this time where everything Drake has ever done is going to be looked at by his label to establish what his character really has stood for and what his past has been defined by before Not Like Us was released, as this was multiple years before he and Kendrick ever dropped diss tracks against one another. This message is going to ruin so much of what Drake has been trying to prove and say, as for so many reasons. A comment like this exposes and breaks down everything we need to know, because clearly we are starting to see a pattern emerge now where with Drake. Drake describing this story with him saying LOL to something this weird, it indirectly tells us that on some level, this type of situation is something that Drake and his crew do run into, but they don't take it seriously or handle this with the proper thought that they should. And with this, you don't need me to spell it out.
What he's saying is like the situation that he said, my man is with it's a little joint out there or whatever. He didn't correct it. He didn't say, I don't want to talk about that or nothing. So really what that's saying is that he's used to that type of behavior being around him. You know what I mean? Subconsciously, that's what he's saying. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Drake DMs leaked. Are they real? Are they not real? Or is that really exposing him of anything? Is it not? Like I need more. I need more. Drop some more of that. Go. If you was going to drop something, man. Drop something. Hey, get your Ebony Prince on, man. Yeah. Drop something heavy. Pause. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I'm going to leave a link in the description. Big Kish signing out. I'm gone, y'all.